Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's so nice to see everyone. I'm in the view grid, so I got to slide down to see you all. But so happy to see you all here, and so happy that you guys will be part of today's workshop and event. So just quickly, I'm going to first just introduce myself for anyone who doesn't know me. Hopefully, most of these students know who I am. Maybe do a raise hand if you know who I am, just for fun. But if you don't know how to do that, don't worry. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first Women in Renewable Energy event. Again, we are so excited to join this partnership with WiRE. And my name is Ellen James. So I work at the university. For anyone who doesn't know, I work in the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science, and I work in two departments. I work with women in engineering as well as engineering outreach. So a little bit of what that means is I support students who are passionate about different opportunities from within the faculty, as well as I develop programs to teach kids from K to 12. So just two things I'm doing there. If you guys ever want to chat about that, let me know. But the thing that we're talking about today is our partnership with WiRE. So my role in this partnership is to support this chapter logistically by raising awareness, supporting the students within this chapter, and just supporting any events occurring within the chapter. And the reason why I think this is so important, and this partnership is very important for Ontario Tech University, is because the energy sector, like many others, is being disrupted. And within this disruption, this is leading to fantastic opportunities for our students. Examples of this disruption includes battery storage. So just to give some highlights, so battery storage is an up and coming kind of, I guess you could call it, industry, and it's developing very quickly, as well as smart cities, microgrids, and renewable energy. And if you guys have any questions about those topics, please let me know, but this chapter is gonna probably touch base on some of those topics as well. So you guys are in for a real big treat. Also, as someone who works at Ontario Tech University, I'm always looking for ways to support societies and to make changes that impact the world in a positive way. And I think that this chapter really will hit on that. I know that WiRE's mission, as well as ensuring that females are brought into these discussions, which I also agree strongly about. So that's another reason why Ontario Tech is joining this partnership. And then we are so proud to be hosting this event with Women in Renewable Energy. Early last year, just to give a little bit of background information of how we actually became into contact with WiRE, is in 2019, we had the opportunity to connect with WiRE to discuss the possibilities of attending and promoting WiRE events for our students. And I thought, of course, let's do it. And after attending some fantastic events, including a tour at Kinectrics that was developed with WiRE, we had the opportunity to partner within Women in Renewable Energy sector. And I think that events like the Kinectrics tour, and I don't know who here has attended that tour, but what that looked like was we actually went to Kinectrics and saw the facility, talked to engineers, speed networking, and it was just, to be honest with you, for the students, I think it was a fantastic opportunity to really understand what is happening at a company level in the energy sector. But since then, anyways, starting into 2020 now, which has been a wild year to say the least, Ontario Tech University has joined forces with WiRE in hopes to connect more students with professionals in the energy sector and to bring more students into the renewable energy sector. As I scroll through here, this evening is the start of some great opportunities for Ontario Tech University students that are interested in the energy sector and specifically renewables. This partnership will hopefully grow our students professionally, promote the university to companies in the energy sector, and bring more attention to Ontario Tech University and what we have to offer. As an Ontario Tech student, or I should say as an Ontario Tech University student that will be joining this chapter, we want just to ensure that you represent our school in the best way possible. So this includes being present at events, communicating with professionalism when talking with industry professionals, and making time to think about the sector and how in the future you would like to contribute so that you can work towards goals and we can help you with these goals. And we hope that through this partnership, you find a way to grow your passions for the renewable energy sector. This could be done by helping to develop smart cities or learning about more new ways to produce clean energy. Whichever way you plan to enter this industry, we hope that we have the right tools and support throughout the start of your journey. And then I'd like to send it back to Joanna. Hopefully, if anyone has any questions, please let me know, but I'm going to send it back to Joanna so she can now introduce herself and introduce WiRE.
Well, hello, everybody. It's so good to see everyone here. We're so thrilled for this evening. Good evening. Welcome and thank you for joining us for the inaugural launch of the WiRE's student chapter at Ontario Tech University. We're absolutely thrilled to have you join us this evening to learn more about the important work that WiRE, Women in Renewable Energy, does nationally and internationally. First and foremost, Ellen, a huge thank you to you for always being such a supporter and a champion. The use of partnership is exactly the way that we see things moving forward. That is the only way that we see things moving forward because we certainly align on our missions. A big thank you to Ontario Tech University. Thank you to Roya and Haida from the W.i.R.E Advisory Committee, which you'll be hearing very, very shortly. And a thank you and a welcome to Ina Shilbaya, our very first W.i.R.E student chapter lead at Ontario Tech, which you'll also hear from shortly. So let W.i.R.E help you become the leaders of tomorrow today. So who are we and who am I? Well, I'm Joanna Osawe. I'm the president and CEO of W.i.R.E, Women in Renewable Energy. I also work as a global business development manager for major projects at DMC Power. My subject matter expertise is commercial wind. I've worked on tremendous wind projects in my career. I'm now in the process of interconnecting projects into the grid. I work in medium to extra high voltage. I work very closely, as a matter of fact, with Connectrix with DMC Power. Our mission and vision is very simple at W.i.R.E. It's to play an important and visible role in the energy sector while advancing the role and recognition of women in the field. So we're really about welcoming everyone and making sure that everyone is feeling inclusive and always included. We're going to get into really the in-depth of our programming when Roya and Haida present later on, but some things just to give you a really high-level overview. We launched in 2013. Since then, we have, since 2013, we've grown extremely big, as a matter of fact, and I'm very proud because it takes a lot of hard work and it takes a huge community and a village of volunteers to be able to move the dial. We are in every single province in Canada as well as the Northwestern Territories. We are now international and work with the Canadian embassies throughout the world. We are now in W.i.R.E Turkey, W.i.R.E Georgia, W.i.R.E Jordan, W.i.R.E Azerbaijan, and as of July 15, W.i.R.E UAE. We are currently working with the G7 countries and will continue that pursuit. Some of our programming includes, of course, networking meetups such as these. Of course, with the pandemic, we're having the pleasure of seeing one another, of course, through this webinar. We do a lot of capacity field trips. Ellen mentioned, Connectrix, although that was a speed interviewing, speed networking, we also did, a tour at the plant. And the reason that we do these field trips is because most people, unfortunately, do not understand the difference between a transmission line and a distribution line. Most people also don't understand what it means to flip the switch on. What it means to me when I flip the switch on is I understand that there's reliability on the grid, there's performance and safety. And we're all very lucky in North America to be able to flip the switch and have our dinner served. We do speed mentoring and speed interviewing. We do student bursaries, and there's a lot of great opportunities for all of you out there, which we'll talk about later on. We do scholarships and internships. Right now, we're working with the Royal Scientific Society out of Jordan with Princess Sumaya Al Hassan in order to get internships done in Canada as well. We're very heavily involved with awards. As a matter of fact, September 18th, I presented at the G20 and Clean Energy Ministerial for the second year in a row with Natural Resources Canada, C3E International, and IEA Agency, 2 awards that went out to incredible people. One was a leadership position for Dr. Ibolala Amau, and the second one was for an organization called Cero Dominador from Chile. I could not be prouder in presenting those and partnering, of course, with the federal government and the G20. W.i.R.E also has its own dedicated awards. We do Women of the Year Award, Women of Wind, Women of Solar, Women of Hydro, Women of the Year award, I think I already mentioned. We're in the process of finalizing, of course, women in Indigenous leadership positions. And one of the other ones that we're going to be doing as of next year is women in energy efficiency. So we continue to grow that out. Next slide, thank you. I talked about being international. So what does that mean? Glocal, think global, but act local. So because we are international and national, some of the programming that we have here in Canada may not necessarily apply to different countries because they have different obstacles. So we at W.i.R.E want to always be a community and always support each other, but we always have to be mindful that every single demographic and different country has different obstacles. So be global, but act local. Next, please. Oh. Thank you. So where is W.i.R.E? I've already sort of covered that. So we are in Canada, in the MENA region, and you will be finding us at the G7 member states very shortly. Looking for, we're going to be opening up in France and Japan. So those are for 2021 pipelines. We're also working apart with the G7 countries or members. We're also working with different countries. So stay tuned because that's definitely going to be upcoming next year. Thank you. Next slide. As I stated, on September 18th, I presented at the Clean Energy Ministerial or G20. W.i.R.E was actually a pioneer of the Equal by 30 campaign, which is a campaign that was launched by Natural Resources Canada. And W.i.R.E was definitely one of the pioneers to be able to collaborate with the federal government. What is Equal by 30? Equal by 30 is equal pay, equal leadership, and equal opportunities for women by 2030. In 2018, I had the privilege and honor to provide an intervention at the G7, and that was particularly what I focused on is the Equal by 30 campaign and what that means for all of us. Definitely encourage all of you that are on the call today to be able to take a look at what Equal by 30 is, because definitely it's definitely a synergy that I'm very proud that our government worldwide is taking the lead on. We're also partnered with EHRC, which is Electricity Human Resources Canada. EHRC also has a leadership accord on gender diversity, which is a public commitment by employers, educators, unions, and governments to promote the values of diversity and inclusion with their organizations. EHRC and W.i.R.E are the pioneers of the Equal by 30 with the federal government. For all of you, we're going to talk a little bit about partners and the W.i.R.E partners that we have, including, of course, Ontario Tech University and the ever supportive Ellen, because every single partnership is extremely important. But we'll get into it in a few minutes. W.i.R.E definitely has a board of directors, so here I am, Joanna. I'm not going to go into more of who I am. We have the fantastic Aisha Bukhari, who is with Mars Discovery. She's our vice president. And we also have Julia Cushing, who is with Savanta, and she's a senior environmental planner. We have a fabulous advisory committee, including Roy and Haida, who you'll hear from in a few minutes. Our advisory committee consists of women that are subject matter experts in so many different fields in the energy sector, whether it's from testing to consulting, to being a wind developer, to construction, to owners, engineers, to independent power producers, to professors. And we continue to grow that list out because without the advisory committee, W.i.R.E would not be where we are today. So, a big applause to the advisory committee and your continuous support. We've talked about the Equal by 30. Again, please go ahead and definitely take a look at it. Actually, very exciting news. As of yesterday, W.i.R.E partnered with the City of Toronto for Living Green, which made a lot of sense since we're headquartered at Toronto. So look out for our webinar where we're going to be having John Tory, our featured keynote speaker, very shortly. And I'd invite all of you to join us and celebrate that occasion. We, of course, have sponsors because sponsors definitely help us keep the lights on and have these amazing workshops as we're having this evening. So a big thank you to our capacity builders. All these fantastic companies really understand and support WiRE's mission and vision. And again, a big thank you. And this is what I'm most proud of is our partnerships. And Ellen really touched base about the partnerships. Our partners are so valuable to WiRE. Every partnership must be a win-win. If it's not a win for one organization, it's a loss for the other organization, then it's a loss for our community. So when I do partner, I always think about how can a partnership be a win-win? Well, this one definitely is a huge win. So thanks again. I would encourage all of you, from Kick-Ass Careers, that is really a partnership that we love and definitely value, where they are really in skilled trades. We have Solar Energy Alberta. We have, of course, Aboriginal Apprenticeship Board of Ontario that we work with very closely on the Indigenous communities. Marine Renewables, just to name a few. If you go on our website and click on some of our partners, you can definitely visit their websites and learn a little bit more. We're, of course, partnered with international partners. As I stated, we are now in different parts of the regions. We are very proud to be part of WITE's Women in Clean Energy, which is a subsidiary of Clean Energy Business Council out of Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Of course, Adama out of Jordan. Huge impact there, of course, and with Corfu out of Chile and the Royal Scientific Society of out of Jordan as well. So how do you join the WiRE community? Well, you're doing it right now, so welcome. But definitely visit us at whether it's on our website, whether it's through Facebook, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram. We're definitely available. We're definitely available and always tweeting. One thing I should mention, and if you haven't signed up to our newsletter, please do so. We have some exciting news upcoming next week where we'll be sharing our fantastic report on COVID-19 and navigating it in the energy sector, where we interviewed 35+ industry leaders, CEOs throughout all of Canada, and we love to share that information with you. So again, if you have any questions, we're always happy to hear from you. And again, a big thank you for all of your valuable time for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. So WiRE has been fast growing ever since 2013. As now we have our organization expanding nationally and internationally, we've been seeing and hearing more students requesting for various involvement and seeking opportunities to grow and enhance their professional portfolio. So since earlier this year, our team at WiRE has been having regular meetings about how we go into partnership with the university, how we wanted to operate a student chapter, but also most importantly is what kind of opportunity that we can bring to you. So after several months of preparation and back and forth communication with faculty members, it is my great pleasure tonight, along with my WiRE family and you here, to launch our first student chapter at Ontario Tech. To give a quick background of myself, I graduated from Western University in 2016 in integrated engineering, and then following after did Master of Mechanical Engineering at University of Toronto. Right after graduating from school, I joined Kinetrics as a project manager. So my role at the company is to testing overhead conductor line. In the past couple years, joined WiRE's, my role has been heavily involved in the pretty much all kinds of academia activities, such as speed mentoring, student bursary, etc. So now I'm gonna passing slides to my friend Roya to continue and introducing some of our programs and opportunities for students. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much, Haida. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. As you know already, me and Haida were both part of the advisory committee, and we are running the student ambassadorship program, and we're very excited to be here today. To give you a bit of background about myself, I did my undergraduate studies in the engineering science program, where I specialized in energy systems engineering. I did my internship at Toronto Hydro, joined Hatch as an electrical engineer, and I'm currently an advisory consultant at Europe, where I do get to work on a lot of renewable energy projects. I joined WiRE in 2015. I joined by starting their networking events. It helped me a lot throughout my career. I got more involved with organizing the speed mentoring events, which I will be talking more about. And I also helped organize the G7 conference on powering up Canada's energy sector by advancing advancing gender equality in 2018. So first of all, I want to talk to you about why we decided to open WiRE student chapters. So our main goal is, first of all, to create the opportunity for students to learn about the energy industry. What are the trends? What are the challenges? What are the companies? What are the job opportunities that you can have? And then secondly, develop your network within the industry and help you grow professionally by connecting you with industry mentors, by helping you attend more conferences and events within the energy sector. And lastly, it's a great opportunity for you to meet your fellow classmates who are also interested in the energy sector. To give you an overview of the programs that we're thinking we will be offering for the student chapters, we have speed mentoring and speed interviewing, we have the student bursaries, the guest speakers and networking events, field trips, Ontario Energy Network monthly luncheons where WiRE, before COVID, used to have a table where we invited students every month to join the discussions. And currently we're working on developing workshops and also having a job portal on the website where you can learn about some of the career opportunities that our partners offer. We're always looking for volunteers, and the best way to learn about those opportunities would be by either contacting us or through our newsletter. If there's any opportunities that you like to see, and if you know of any great opportunities, we're always here to listen to you, and please contact us at Ontario Tech University at womeninrenewableenergy.ca. So I'm going to go on more in detail about how our speed mentoring and speed interviewing programs work. So we've been offering this speed mentoring for a few years now. The way that it usually works is that we pair a mentor, which is an industry professional, with 2 to 3 students. And the session usually runs for about an hour, and you get, as a mentee, you would get to talk to about 4 to 5 mentors for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that gives you an opportunity to exchange contact information, learn about what the mentor, about their background, what they do, and they get to learn about your interests and your education. So we've been historically doing it as part of the conferences. So APRO is one of the conferences that we do it annually. We've also been doing the speed interviewing at different companies. So as Joanna mentioned, Kinectrix was the one where we invited actually Ontario Tech University students to attend. There was another one at SNC Electric that happened last year, and that creates an opportunity for students to get a tour of the company and meet with the employees who work at that company. We've been getting great feedback from the mentees, and they've been invited back to do a company tour, or they found internships and full-time opportunities throughout the network that they built as part of the speed mentoring and speed interview. Next, I'm going to talk about student bursaries. So we offer 2 scholarships per conference, and we've historically been offering these scholarships for different conferences. The upcoming ones are OSPE, Canria, APRO, and Utility Expo. The application details are on the website, and when you get selected as a scholar recipient, you get to represent WiRE at the WiRE's booth. Now I'm going to pass it to Haida to talk about the field trips.
So field trip is another most direct opportunity to learn what the company does, and also a great chance to connect with the professionals and expert in the field. For me, like I know when I was a student, like sitting in a class, sometimes it's very hard to understand what exactly going on in real life. So by having this opportunity, actually going to a company, like talk to the staff there, it actually helped me to having a much higher understanding than the textbook itself. And also, as Ellen and also Joanna mentioned, earlier this year in February, we had a great, fantastic event with Ontario Tech and also the company I work, Kinetrics. That day, we had a company tour, speed mentoring, and also we introduced our summer co-op opportunities like to students. So we really hoping to bring this opportunity back this year. Understand right now, like due to COVID, a lot of physical visiting is not possible, but we are looking forward to bring it in a virtual format. I think we can go on next slide. So guest speaker and networking event. Prior to COVID pandemic, for WiRE's local chapter, we've been organizing the professional networking event in a monthly basis. Lately, we had our first virtual meetup event at Plug and Drive. Our featured guest, Kara Clearman, shared her experience on how electric vehicle and how Plug and Drive is supporting the acceleration their deployment. So normally this event is about 45 minutes for the speaker to talk about what's her experience and how she overcome the challenges, and following up with a Q&A section, and also a networking event with the peers and professionals. The other opportunity that we offered to students in the past is the Ontario Energy Network Student Table. It is also happen in a monthly basis. So in this event, a lot of the attendees, they are leaders such as CEO, like CFO in the energy field. So this is also a great opportunity for students to come and listen what's the most hot topic like in the industry. Unfortunately, due to COVID, right now this opportunity has been paused, but we have been watching very closely with the OEN and for future opportunities, and it will be shared with everyone in the future newsletters. Yeah. So just wanted to market our upcoming event. So in the late October, we are having two virtual networking meetup. So one is with, excuse my pronunciation, Fagini, Miss Fagini Shan. So she is the Vice President of Technology and Innovation at Axicon Energy. And then the next one at the end of the October is Miss Lisa Barber. She's with CEM Engineering. So I'm really hoping to see everyone at this virtual event, and also by participate that, you could also see like how WiRE are running the networking events. Yeah. And with that being said, we are looking forward to recruiting and for enthusiastic students to help us lead the chapters to bring these opportunities on campus and off campus. So we do have 4 positions looking for students to apply. So those are VP internal, external, marketing, and finance. Application details will be posted on website shortly, and after this launching event, we'll be sending follow-up emails, and all the information will be listed there. I also wanted to introduce Ina to everyone. I really wanted to say like a big thank you to you for the past month, all the support. So I'm gonna pass slides to you, and you can introduce yourself to everyone, and I guess why you joined WiRE.
Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So my name is Ina, and I'm a 4th-year mechanical engineering student here at Ontario Tech University, specializing in energy. So it was actually last year during the Kinetrics tour where I first met Haida, and since then, the WiRE student chapter has been in the works. At the time, she mentioned she was part of a corporation called Renewable Energy. I hadn't heard of it before, but it piqued my interest for many reasons. The first one being that sustainable and renewable energy was something I was already very interested in and was something I was planning on pursuing my master's in. And the second being that increased representation of women in STEM is something that's incredibly important and something we should all be striving towards. It's also something I stand by, which is why I took on a lead role in women engineering last year. I'm so excited to be a part of this and even more excited to finally be launching it and bring everyone along for the ride. There's no debate that currently energy is one of the major global issues, with the big question being, how do we meet future energy needs in a sustainable manner? This is something that students, including myself, are very passionate about, which is why WiRE aims to bring together these students along with leaders in the field, so students can get the opportunity to not only network, but discuss innovative solutions to current and future energy problems. Some of the events that we're planning on holding, like the types of events, are, as Haida and Roya mentioned, networking sessions, mentoring sessions, and tours. So if this is something you are interested in or would like to be part of, we are going to be recruiting, like Haida mentioned. Our application links are going to be on the WiRE website, and we'll put them on our socials. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I look forward to working with everyone and seeing how the students benefit from this partnership between WiRE and Ontario Tech University. So I think we'll be moving to Q&A now. Does anyone have any questions? No?
For anyone that has questions, as Ina's pointed out, Nina, great introduction. Welcome again to the team. We're really happy for you to be part of us and part of our WiRE family. I'd like to, as Ina pointed out, we definitely want to open, you know, the open discussion and any Q&A, because I'm sure a lot of you may have different questions that we can all answer for you. So please go ahead and let us know what your thoughts are, any feedback, any ideas, anything is very welcomed here and inclusive.
There. I just want to say thank you, everyone. You're doing an awesome job. This looks amazing. Great presentation. I just wanted to ask a question. I was just wondering if where the, I guess the committee or however the group will be, how will it be held online at Ontario Tech? Where to connect? Is there going to be like, I know usually if it wouldn't be online, you would probably go and meet up and, you know, I don't know how the logistics would work on, you know, who to contact, where to meet up online and so forth.
I'm going to go ahead and let Haida and Roya take over at this time. And if you need, you know, if there's any questions I can answer, but definitely I'll let Haida and Roya and Ina take the lead on this.
Right.
And Ellen, jump in anytime as well, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so previously a lot of WiRE's event has been held to having person come in to a specific location to meet in person. But again, like due to like this year pandemic, and also right now, I guess everyone is experiencing a second wave coming in. A lot of the event will have to be held in a virtual format. So we literally just had our first virtual event, I think a couple weeks ago, for the monthly networking. And we will be closing watching like how the COVID, I guess, going on for the next few weeks. If it's not going any in a positive way, we are looking forward to held virtually. And just by looking at how we're running like tonight, I'm pretty happy that Zoom has been working very smoothly. Like everybody join and, you know, like no hesitation and participate in this launching event. Yeah.
And just to add on that, APRO conference is happening in November, and we are offering the scholarship program and also the speed mentoring, which will be online. So students can definitely participate at those.
Yeah. So once everything is back to normal, like we are definitely looking forward to bring the events on campus. Yeah.
And just with the speed networking, just to add on, the successful program since we've launched it and the speed interview, we've been able to actually successfully pair not only decision makers that actually want to mentor, but also with students and emerging professionals, actually get in their foot in the door. It's a great program for anyone and everyone to get involved in, men, women, or all. So definitely very, very encouraging. And in our industry, what you're going to learn very quickly is that we are an encyclopedia of abbreviations. So APRO stands for the Association Power Producers of Ontario. You're going to hear a lot of abbreviation once you start into your journey into this wonderful industry. But certainly, we do have a question here from one of the ladies, and Agatha, thank you for asking this. Her question is, would I have to be a student at Ontario Tech to apply to one of the WiRE student chapter open positions? So I'll leave that up to Haida and Roya.
So at this moment, for the student chapter at Ontario Tech, we are looking for students from Ontario Tech. However, this will not be the only student chapter that we open in Canada or even internationally. We are looking for students outside Ontario Tech, in Ontario, BC, all the other provinces, or even outside of Canada, to launching more and more student chapters to bring these opportunities to students. So if you are coming from another university or even school, so please feel free to contact us at info@womeninrenewablenergy.ca. We will be reaching out to you, and we can further discuss how we gonna launch at your school. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Haida. We have another statement from Renata, and Renata, nice to see you here. So welcome all the way from Saskatchewan. Thank you for your statement here. It's a great presentation. It would be great to see these initiatives in other provinces as well. Definitely, you will be seeing more of us. Renata is actually going to be joining us as one of the W.i.R.E chapter leads out of Saskatchewan. So thanks for joining us, Renata, and thanks for your comments. Another lady, Maria, is asking, can I still be part of W.i.R.E if I'm not in engineering? Great question.
So
yes.
yeah, sorry. So W.i.R.E is open to all faculties. You don't have to be in engineering. Renewable energy is something that concerns everyone. So yeah, feel free to apply. We would be glad to have you.
And just because we're called Women in Renewable Energy, we are really focused on the energy sector to implement the change and to understand what the energy is. The energy sector is extremely complicated. Some of you, I know Haida and Roy, you've heard me say this, but the energy sector is like an onion. The more you peel, the more you cry because it's so complicated. So W.i.R.E exists not only to support you through that education and through that journey, but also to peel those layers and understand more. Another question's coming in from Rusham Ahmad. Can we apply to more than one position? Great question.
Okay, so when you get the application form, you will see that you have the option of kind of getting a first pick and then the second pick, and depending on the applicants and after we review it, like you may get one or the other. So yeah, you do have the opportunity to apply to more than one.
Ina, what is the application process? Do you guys have that outlined yet?
So the initial process is going to be a Google form that, as we mentioned earlier, will be on the W.i.R.E website and on our socials.
Thank you, Ina.
Yeah, absolutely. As Roya mentioned earlier, we are looking for volunteers for the student chapters or even W.i.R.E Canada or local chapters. So if you are not looking for a VP position, we are absolutely welcome for general volunteer interest. Yeah.
So another question came in from Izzy. So for the application form, when should we start looking out for that? Great question, Izzy. Thank you.
Okay, so you can expect that shortly. The form is already complete, probably within the next couple of days, or like the next week. So yeah, very soon. Oh, also, we will announce it on our socials and everything when the form is out. So you don't have to worry about that. You won't miss it.
And I encourage all of you to sign up to our newsletter, because definitely that is where to follow us most, to find out about our events. Definitely look us up on our website, but definitely the monthly newsletter definitely contains all the events that are occurring, as well as other events within the industry that we are partnered with. One of the great things about being virtual is the fact that we're all able to connect, not only here nationally, but internationally. So I think it'd be really neat to do a workshop, and Ellen, we can definitely take this offline at a later date, but even mixed with different universities or different academias, whether we partner with W.i.R.E Jordan, with the Royal Scientific Society. There's a lot of great opportunities out there. We're always looking for the bigger picture. And we always have to look out for the bigger picture, because we at W.i.R.E believe and know that we exist because, unfortunately, we have to exist because we're still not seeing the amount of women and diversity that we would like to see. I've been in the sector for 15 plus years, and I have to say, even after so many years of being in the industry, the numbers have not reached the levels that I'd like to see it at. Agatha Graces has a comment here. I've been to a couple of talks hosted by W.i.R.E in Toronto, and it didn't seem many students there. Thanks so much for starting this chapter for students, because I think it would be a great benefit for us in terms of support and outreach. Agatha, as a matter of fact, we do actually probably have, maybe you haven't met a lot of the W.i.R.E students there, but we certainly cater to a lot of the students. We're focused on a professional level, but we're always a platform for students, emerging professionals to come up. Aisha has asked, my question is for Ina. Are you looking to fill in these positions this semester or next semester?
So the applications will be open this semester, and we will most likely be selecting the VPs also this semester. As far as events, we're probably selecting the VPs towards the end of the semester, so you're going to start seeing more of events being held by those VPs, probably more so next semester.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it depends on the progress of application and also, I guess, how COVID turned out in later this year. In the case, let's say we can have like in-person events on campus, we can absolutely make a joint event with our local W.i.R.E chapters.
I was just wondering, sorry to jump in here while you're asking questions. Is Seema Kui on the line? Seema, are you on the line?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Ah.
So just an kind of an update here. We have a professor, Seema Kui, at our school who will be supporting this chapter as well. Seema, do you want to just give like a quick little introduction of yourself, and then we'll go back to questions?
My name is Seema Kui. I have been at UIT for the past couple of years in different roles. I'm a teaching professor now at Faculty of Engineering. My work has been energy systems. In particular, I've worked on geothermal energy systems and on the side hydrogen systems and also solar systems. I also worked in the building energy industry as an energy modeler in one of the firms in Toronto. I do have a little bit of energy experience and I've been part of some of the different associations. So I'm quite familiar with some of the topics that are discussed. This is the first time I'm part of a student chapter, which is quite interesting. I think the topic is very interesting. It brings on a lot of people who probably share the same interests. Everyone knows energy is an important topic. These days, there's two big discussions about it. Some people say global warming is a big issue with energy, and some people say, no, it's the depletion of fossil fuels. But both of these issues have driven us to get to the renewable energy options. And I find it very exciting to be an engineer at this time specifically, because you get to work in a very exciting industry and you get to be part of a part of this transition towards renewable energy to getting 100% of our energy supplies with renewable energy. So I think as a student, if you would be starting now or in the next couple of years, getting into the energy industry would probably start a very interesting career for you.
Thank you, Seema. Thank you so much. And sorry for interrupting, guys.
Very nice to meet you, Seema, and thanks again for supporting us. Just for all of you on the webinar as well, the workshop, as you probably can gather from my enthusiasm, I'm a very passionate individual. Being in the energy sector is not a job or a career, it's a lifestyle, and it's not a 9-to-5 job. I work 7 days a week, and every single day that I work makes me happier. I'm not saying what's right for me is right for you, but the energy sector is very fast-paced, exciting, so much to learn. And again, I can't tell you how dedicated I am to WiRE, which I call my baby, to the energy sector because the electricity we get. So anyone that is wanting to join the energy segment, just know that WiRE is always here to support and assist in every single way. We have a question here from Aisha. So Haida, Roya, or Ina, what are you looking for in the applicants specifically for the VP positions? Great question, Aisha.
Okay, so I guess I'll take this one on. So it is a new chapter, and this is the very first time that we have a student chapter for WiRE, right? So we're looking for innovative new ideas to incorporate students into the energy sector, and just like people who are just as passionate as us about the energy sector and about getting to know more about it and networking with people and being faced with all these like problems that the energy sector is going through. So yeah, just an excited individual who is also passionate about this.
And we will be also providing you with the role that the VPs will be taking, like a description of the responsibilities that you will have. So any sort of like past experience with other student clubs that can help you, and you can bring those skills to this new role, that would help your application.
Another question has come in from Anne. How many hours per week approximately do these positions require?
Okay, so just as with other clubs around the university, we expect about a 10-hour per week commitment. It's not that every week it's going to be 10 hours, but you need to have that availability so that if we do have an event upcoming or if we're planning something, you are available for it.
And anytime you join an organization, it always comes with a lot of great benefits. Not only can we highlight you, not only do we invite you to different events around the industry, not only would we be inviting you to join the student table at the Ontario Energy Network. We have a lot of great benefits out there for people that join our organization. And we're always highlighting not only our community, but everyone that is and wants to be part of us. Are there any further questions during this workshop? I'm going to hand it back over to Roya, Haida, Ina, and Ellen. But from my part, I just want to thank all of you for your valuable time. Reach out, stay connected, get in touch with all of us. We're always here. My policy as the president and CEO of WiRE is that I always give out my phone number. If you ever want to call me directly, you can always do that. You can email me. Texting, not so much. Not very good at that, but definitely always looking forward to getting a call from anyone. We can always schedule a discussion. We at WiRE, like I said, we're here to support and assist everyone that wants to enter our incredible, dynamic sector. So with that, I thank all of you, and I'll pass it back to Haida, Roya, Ina, and Ellen. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. I think I just saw a new question from the chat. So it's from Sandra. So the question is, will the position be held for a year or until April of next year? Ina, do you want to give a little bit more details?
Yeah, so the positions, I think this is still under discussion, to be honest with you, but it will most likely be held for a year. And then if you wanted to continue, you have the option to. If you didn't want to, we would rehire. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so the other thing we want to highlight is obviously for each school, like each chapters, it will be run like differently. So a lot of things could be changed from Ontario Tech to, let's say, Waterloo or U of T. But we will be having more discussion like in the next few weeks and more details to share with everyone shortly. Yeah, I also wanted to say a big thank you to everyone, Joanna, Ellen, Ina, and also Roya. We've been working so hard like in the past month to launching and like figure out like how we work out on the student chapter. And just to share a little bit personal like stories, I joined WiRE 2017, and honestly, like I still remember like my first networking event at the WiRE Toronto chapter. I was so nervous, like as a student just coming like from school, like to this very professional event. I was very like I didn't know like what to ask, like the question, like sometimes you want to act smart, right? But I found like the environment was very welcoming, and I made a lot like friends like through this organization. And later on, when I volunteered for WiRE's on the speed mentoring and student bursary, and I actually found my jobs through WiRE, through the speed mentoring. The first speed mentoring mentor that I met at WiRE is my colleagues right now. So, but I'm not saying like you have to join WiRE, like to get your job, but it's just like sometimes you never know the opportunity just in front of your face. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all at our future events.
Yeah, and to add on top of that, like the first speed mentoring session that I attended as a student, it was during my internship, and that was when I met actually Chan from Connectrix, and he's been such a great mentor for me in the past few years, and I'm still like in contact with him regularly. So I'm very grateful for the connections that I've been making throughout the years and the opportunities that I got to develop as a student and now as like a professional like industry worker. And I hope that, and I'm sure that you will get the same experience.
I'll just say, because I think we're probably heading off soon here. Thanks everyone for coming. If you guys need anything from me, please reach out. If you need me to look over your application or anything like that, reach out. I'll take a look at it for you guys. Again, I'm just here to support and hopefully help you guys get some excellent jobs in the energy sector.
Thank you, Ellen.
Okay, well, with that being said, welcome to all of you. Congrats for being here. Thanks for your valuable time. We can't wait to get you connected, and soon and to be announced, we'll definitely be getting we'll be getting a networking event specifically for Ontario Tech, so stay tuned. But otherwise, again, a big thank you to all of you. Huge shout out, of course, to Ellen, Haida, Roya, Ina, to all of you. I see that my CFO, Andy Constantino, is also here. So thanks for joining us, Andy. I see that one of my board of directors is also here. So thank you again. Seema, very lovely to meet you. Anything you folks need, we're here to help and we're here to assist. So with that being said, stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.